So is it fair to say, with all of this, the way the dust is settled now, is it fair to say that it's more reasonable or more accepted, even though some people say, listen, you've always been able to pay $1, offer up $1 for co-op,
Right.
compensation, but is it more likely, because certainly there haven't been more FSBOs, so it's not like this thing collapsed on itself and everybody's doing it on their own.
Mm-hmm.
But is it fair to say that because of the lawsuit, it's now more accepted or understood by the consumer, because that's where the protection is. It's not for the professionals. The protection is for the consumers, that they can now negotiate, and it's understood that they can negotiate with their parties.
Yes.
Okay.
And unfortunately, the consumer needs to be educated a little further, because all they know is, oh, hey, I heard this lawsuit went through. That means my fees are lower. So,
Which is not true.
Which is not true. And
But they do need to be told you have the option.
Yeah. And,
or you have the ability, not the option.
You mentioned before about the buyers for free.
Yeah.
Thinking they're and yes, agents over the years have gone through and said, oh, work with me, buyer. Doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah.
Your services are free. Yeah, that type of thing. Misleading.
Yeah.
Totally misleading. Actually, the NAR changed their code of ethics, and the rule on that, 2022, halfway through the lawsuits.
Mm-hmm.
All right. While they were going on before they went to court, they actually changed that to where you can never say free unless it is absolutely, positively no fees from anywhere.
Yeah.
Period. And so,
and the organizations, rightfully so, they've waged a crusade to get selling agents, representing buyers, to stop telling people, don't tell them
you can't.
You don't pay me,
because
that's not essentially true.
Right.
And I guess that's where
And then, of course, we'll talk about it here coming up. Is the after the settlement? In fact, we'll get into that in the next video. After the settlement, it doesn't matter, because they can't go in and work with a buyer without negotiating the fees up front to start with, because of how the settlement shook out. So,
but that's a common sense thing. Or it seems like
it is in any other business. In real estate, because it was such a unique system and how it worked years ago, and just continued operating, even though we've transformed in how we operate with the consumer out on the street.
Mm-hmm.
It's a new concept to most agents, and even a new concept to the public, because again, the sellers would always expect to, have to pay the compensation or negotiate with the compensation in a certain range, and the buyers never were negotiated with for compensation.
It was never part of the discussion with the buyer. You're just, we'll see what they offer up.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Okay.